All right, after I got all that coffee drained out of this tank, just kidding. It wasn't coffee. It's just a bunch of rust. But I'm gonna take this Petcock off, and it sounds like there's a bunch of rust or just sediment inside of this tank. So we're just gonna take this off here. And I think that's a 10 millimeter right here. And I like to use an impact gun to get these screws off these old bikes, because I noticed that a lot of the screws that I've taken off before, they're like stripped from, trying to get them off, other people trying to get the screws off. And yeah, I noticed that using the impact gun, it gives it a quick impact on the screw, and it just breaks it loose. You got to hold the impact gun on it pretty tight, obviously, and just make sure that it's secure on the screw. You should be fine. But I was riding the motorcycle a little while ago, and after cleaning the carburetor and cleaning the tank on top of the bike, I realized later on this motorcycle has another tank, and it sets in the. I mean, if you have a 94 or a 94 Yamaha Virago XV 535, then you'll know that there's a tank right here. And this was the first time I've worked on this bike, so I didn't know there was another tank. So, but anyway, I thought I cleaned all the stuff out, and then it just died. And then I was looking over the bike more and realized, yep, it had another tank. But I guess, yeah, that's what it looks like. That's what the inside of the Petcock looks like. I've got a new gasket for this, but I think what I'm going to do before I put this back together, I'm going to see if I can get a gasket kit for this, or a rebuild kit for this Petcock. And if I find one, I'll post the Amazon link in the description, so you guys can go straight to where you need to get one. So, and let's see what's in here. Let's try to, with how expensive gas is, I filled this thing up, and just to find out there's a bunch of crap in it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put water in here, or vinegar, because there's a lot of crap coming out of this. Oh yeah, I don't know if you can. You can hear that. A lot of that sediment, or it's probably rust. So I'll just put a bunch of vinegar inside of this, and what I'll do is fill it up with vinegar and let it sit for a day, and come back to it. And what I'll do is I'll probably just put the Petcock back on and then turn it over, and then I'll dump the vinegar down one of these tubes here. Just swirl. I'll just swish it around really good with vinegar, and we'll get back to this. I'll wait a day. All right, I'm back. I've let this vinegar sit in the tank for a couple days. And I'm just swishing it around, and I'll just start draining it out right now. And you can see how brown it is. And I mean, it is just disgusting. And what I'm gonna do is I'll let it drain. Then I'm gonna take the hose and I'm just gonna spray it inside this tank really good until all the debris is out of it. Sounds like there's a piece in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the Petcock off. We'll bring it over. Take this Petcock off real quick, and then we'll have a bigger opening to get whatever's stuck in there. Take the Petcock off. And I mean, that looks pretty clean now. A lot cleaner than before. What I'm gonna do is take this off, take this apart to make sure there's no rust in there. And then get whatever's in there out. There's still some debris in there. You just got to get it out, because you don't want anything stuck in your fuel lines. I felt it. There's still a lot of crap in there. I mean, that'll mix in with your gas, and it'll clog it up really easy. So I'm gonna give it a spray, a really good spray through one more time. We just got to get this stuff out. Yeah, you don't want to. Last thing you want to do is put this all back together after you rebuilt the carbs, and then just to pull the carbs off again and rebuild all over again. you really don't want to have to do that. So we're gonna do, I'm gonna actually spray it over here. I don't want to. We're gonna spray down here, right here. Alright, I think we're good. Turn off the water. And we'll bring it back over. I guess I should have dumped everything out on the concrete, but that's all right. It's not like I'm working on the carburetor. Yeah, I got other videos on the channel on this motorcycle, and so if you need to know how to do anything else on this bike, yeah, I've got videos on rebuilding the carburetor, removing the carburetor, reinstalling the carburetor, and so yeah, I'm gonna, there looks like to be some debris inside this Petcock. All right, let's go. Yeah, I'm gonna take this Petcock apart. Again, this Petcock is from a 1994 Yamaha Virago XV 535. And I don't think yeah, look at that. Bunch of crap in there. I'm gonna go get a container. That doesn't look too bad in there. I think that just has to do with pumping that diaphragm. So I'm not gonna touch that. And what I'm gonna do is just clean that. What I'll do is I'll post the link to a rebuild kit for this. I think they're hard to find, so I'll try to find one. And if I do, I'll just post the link to the description. Yeah, there was a lot of rust. There's a lot of rust in there. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna just try to be really careful with taking this diaphragm off, because I'm gonna try to reuse it, because I don't have a rebuild kit right now. It doesn't look too bad inside, because all this does is just pumps the fuel, electronically pumps the fuel from this electronic pump here, and so it pushes, it looks like this pushes that in there, pushes this thing back and pushes it in, and then this spring pushes the diaphragm back out, so it just pumps the fuel in. It's electronic diaphragm. They have the manual ones, and when I was doing my search for Petcocks for this bike, they had a lot, there was a lot of manual ones available. And I don't, if any of you guys have ever switched these out to manual, post the link to the video, and I'll be happy to check it out, because maybe I'll switch this out to a manual diaphragm if this doesn't end up working out, because like I said, I think I can order this stuff through Yamaha, but it's kind of pricey, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look through, see if there's any light. Yeah, this diaphragm's got a tiny pinhole in it. I just don't see how that's gonna work out. I mean, although it looks like some sort of screen, but I don't think there's supposed to be any. Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to be able to see through the diaphragm. Well, I'll just order a new one, and then I'll post a link to a new diaphragm for this. It'll be an Amazon link, maybe it'll be a eBay link. So let's get that out of the way. There's a lot of crap in there. Yeah, you can tell. There's like a little piece of the diaphragm stuck to the petcock here, so I'll probably put a new O-ring right here. But I'll make another video putting, as soon as I get the rebuild kit for this petcock, I'll make another video putting that back together. So stay tuned for part 2 of this video.